Recording in progress.
Hi, everyone. It's Will, your local political economist. I am not a CPA. I'm not a certified planner, nor an attorney. I'm just a political economist running some experiments in terms of velocity banking and increasing my understanding of velocity banking since December of 2023. All right. So let's get to the board. So in general, my income is currently still segregated into 4 sections. One is a home equity line of credit that I have. 2 is my checking accounts that I customarily still use somewhat, but with very little money in. 3 credit cards. Sorry, the light is on that. And 4, my general paycheck. So once everything is done, my net pay is it has decreased to $3,347 and I think 16 cents per month. That's my net bring home. All right. So that is spread across 4 different areas: the HELOC, my checking account, my credit cards, and my actual paycheck with things coming out of it. So the experiment that I'm looking at is I have one credit card that's above the limit at 75.4658 or a little more. The limit is 7,500, so I'm over the limit. If I make the minimum payments in this experiment, then it would take me 55 months to pay off $7,456.58. Now, if I use cash advance or convenience checks, so go to one of my accounts and I use cash advance, convenience checks, and generally the cash advance and convenience checks are higher than just writing a regular check or just using your credit card. So I'm suspecting if it takes 55 months, just paying the minimum, nothing extra, then I can do this here. If I use cash advance and convenience checks from another account to help offset this, it'll be 110 months because the cash advance and the convenience checks are much higher. So I'm putting more interest on top of the rate itself. So I'm thinking, and I'm hypothesizing that it's going to take much longer if I add the convenience checks and a cash advance. The convenience checks will be at the same rate as I think maybe the credit card that I'm using. The cash advance would allow me to pull a lump sum off of the credit card, or the convenience checks would allow me to write a convenience check, then it places it onto the credit card. All right. Or the last way that I can pay down this debt of over 7,500 is use the principle, practices, and techniques of velocity banking that I've learned since December of 2023. That includes putting as much of my debt as I can onto a line of credit, which would in this case be the 7,500. So I will take my paycheck for the month of 33.47, whatever is chargeable that can be charged onto the card. I'll put as much onto the card as soon as possible to try to bring down that principal. Now, I normally get paid around the 5th to the 20th I think of each month. So I'm not getting paid the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month. In the real world, it's about the 3rd or the 5th of the month to the 15th or the 20th of the month that I get paid. So I'll be dropping half of this or as much as I can. So I need to identify what bills that I can charge. And I've already identified what bills I can charge because I've been doing this for the last 10 months. So some of the bills that I've been unable to charge without an extra step or a third party has been my two mortgages, my HELOC, and my student loan. Those have been the main three ones that I'm still working on without going an extra step in general. Now I got the HELOC, and the HELOC in velocity banking definitely has simplified um, my life in terms of now my money is sitting in one location for the most part, and it's hitting that daily principal every day, as the velocity banking advocates note. And I try to pay as much as I can through the HELOC, but there are some things that I'm still dealing outside of the HELOC. Now I'm trying to move into another HELOC that would combine these two together. Right now I have the investor grade HELOC because I have investment properties. I'm not living in either one of the properties. I live in an apartment and I'm depreciating the multiple properties faster through this strategy. So this is an investor HELOC at a higher rate than the regular HELOC. I mean, if you were living in if I was living in the home itself, then I would be paying a lower rate than it being charged as an investor HELOC. So right now, as an investor HELOC, I'm paying 10.25% on the HELOC, and it started at 50,500. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about that the next round of experiment that I'll be running with the HELOC that entails, hey, just making the minimum payment on the credit card. That's going to take me 55 months. If I do the cash advance, convenience checks, which is generally higher than the normal credit card rate, say if my credit card is at 25%, the cash advance generally would be maybe like at 30 or 29%, so much higher. So it's going to take much longer. I'm predicting 110 months. And then with the velocity banking, I'm hypothesizing or predicting even longer to possibly complete paying off paying off the debt, because although I'm able to put a considerable amount of my paycheck in, I also run into some extra payments. Like my normal insurance could be an extra $300 every 6 months. So that'll pull from what I can have inside of the HELOC for velocity banking. If I have an emergency, I may have to pull $500. And I've had two emergencies in general with my investments that has ran me at least probably about 3 grand more recently. So that's why this is kind of bumped up, and I'm running a new experiment to see how I can pay it down. So again, the ideology behind the main thought that I'm looking at velocity banking is that the debt can be paid off much quicker by me using my paycheck, putting in as much as I can into velocity banking to see how the debt is paid down. All right, so we'll go ahead and run this experiment over the next few weeks, next few months. And if the data is right, I'll probably be running it for quite a while, 15 years, I think. There's 360. Yeah, quite a while. All right. So just wanted to inform you of the next experiment that I'm running as I'm using velocity banking. If you'd like to work with me and my team, or if you have any questions about velocity banking, how I've been using it over the last 11 months, feel free to drop me a phone call anytime or an email anytime and see if I can provide some clarification or help you more effective, efficient, and equitably use velocity banking. Okay, thank you very much. You have a great day. Hope you have a great and wonderful weekend, everyone. All right, have a great day, everyone.